in.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Who's this? Who's this
Who
guy?
is it? Who is it? Introduce yourself, person.
Hello. I am person. I am Dean Abdou, who
Yay!
is, at the Dean Abdou on Twitter, and I'm everywhere on Reed Pop. Like all the sites, you will see my face randomly popping up. And I guess most notably right now, being one of the cast members on Dungeon Breaker.
Yeah.
I play for Reed. That's
Awesome.
me, who's a wood elf. I love Reed.
Awesome. I've seen some fan art and that is just amazing of that story at the moment. It's so cool.
Didn't you wear high heels over like a tightrope or something?
Yeah, that was a pretty a wild moment where everybody was crossing a bridge that had the chance of breaking, and Fareed just pulled out his bow and arrow, tied a rope to it, shot it on the other side, and was tight roping in high heels across it. So
as you do. Amazing.
Yeah.
What an icon.
So good. So yeah, you've probably seen Dean popping up all over Reed Pop, doing lots and lots of amazing stuff on a bunch of different channels. And today, he very kindly agreed to come hang with us in, where is this we are? You chose this place today that we are drinking in.
Yes, we are in Club ERRERA on New Alexandria on the planet Reach. It's very much a Halo thing, and me being the Halo fanboy that I am, it was just a no-brainer when asked where should we go. It's Club ERRERA, of course.
It's pretty cool. Ian did say he had some trouble like getting the capture for this because every time he got any closer to the dance floor, apparently he just triggered a bunch of grunts or something to just come and attack him.
God.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things being like, if you get on the grunts' bad side whilst they're partying, you're not going to survive that club in the slightest.
Can relate, to be honest. There's been plenty of times when I've been in a nightclub and someone's bumped me wrong, and it's curtains for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I would hate to be on the other end of either Aoife or grunts in Halo. Neither of them.
Grunts are massive. You know how tall grunts are? Like, despite looking tiny in the games, I think they're like 5'4" or 5'5".
What? They're
so
bigger than me!
Yeah, they're the size of us, Zoe.
I don't accept that. That's fine.
I'm not okay with that.
I know, it's mind-blowing. I couldn't believe that when I found out, I was like, oh great, so I am the size of a grunt. Awesome.
That is, I always thought they come like up to my knee or my thigh,
Yeah.
maybe, not like up to here.
I kind of assumed they'd be
They are
hobbit-sized.
massive.
Wow.
I know, I wish.
That's
but
almost as
no.
disconcerting as finding out that the Fall Guys beans are about 6 foot tall.
Oh my god, don't. I'm still not over that. I can't.
Yeah.
I
Still
didn't.
not okay.
You know when you read a bit of information, you're like, can I just reload my quick save from before when I didn't know that? Like, I just didn't want to know that. Terrible. Did you see someone's made them a race in Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
So you can they've mapped out what it would be like if you chose like Fall Guys as your race.
No, thank you.
They're like neutral chaotic because they're
Oh my
like
god.
no idea. It's
That makes
amazing.
That sounds a little bit terrifying. I'm not sure I'm okay with that. Ugh.
Yeah, there are definitely some custom D&D games coming at some point with Fall Guys as the protagonist.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Fall Guys is literally everywhere right now, so it doesn't surprise me that they've also made their way into D&D.
Exactly. Well, we have a super chat already from Like a Lightning that says, "Evening, guys. Sadly, can't drink with you today because I'm recovering from wisdom teeth removal. Ooh, ouch. Gonna listen anyway because you're the best."
Aw.
Thank you, Like a Lightning. I've had my top 2 wisdom teeth out, so I can relate. It is not a fun time, and hope that you have a very swift recovery. Have you guys ever had your wisdom teeth out?
I need to get mine out, but I haven't yet.
I tell you what, it makes a
mine's
massive difference once you do.
In what way?
Really?
Well, so the reason I had mine out was because I had a bit of overcrowding going on in the back, and I was like constantly biting my cheek, and I wasn't really sure why. And once they were gone, it was just, oh, this is what having a normal mouth is like. Great, I could get in on this.
Revelation.
But apparently, like, so the top 2, it was actually like pretty much straight out, but bottom wisdom teeth can be a bit trickier to remove. I don't know what Like Lightning is going through right now, but they can be a little bit more troublesome. Like, you can sometimes need like to have like proper surgery done to remove them because the roots can get a little bit twisted.
My dad's bottom wisdom teeth have hooks.
Yeah.
Like they are the kind of roots where they just hook up, which is just no, not happening.
Yeah. Teeth. Do you know what? Teeth.
Always fun.
Always fun. Always interesting though. Have you ever seen like those X-rays of like kids where they have like all the teeth like up to here on their face? It's just terrifying.
So cool. I'm surprised no one's created like a monster in a video game based off of that one image. Because like imagine ones with teeth like all the way off of their cheeks.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't like it. So what happens when those teeth go? Like, what happens to the skull? Like, does the skull just fill itself in somehow?
Yeah, I mean, there's. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but when I had mine out, like, you were told not to poke the holes with your tongue, which is difficult advice sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just fills over. It just completely like there's. I don't know. There's a bit of a hollow, but there's nothing else there. Yeah.
The human body is terrifying.
It is. It's amazing but terrifying.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's just chanting teeth, teeth, teeth in the chat.
Oh my god. Lloyd Mave says, that's teeth.
Oh no!
That is teeth.
Other scintillating insights from Eurogamer, that's games.
Oh man. So what were you all drinking today?
Well, I'm having a little Tanqueray Clementine gin with elderflower tonic, which doesn't really work all that well. But I'm only having one because I've had a little bit of a migraine today, so I don't want to go too nuts. What about you guys?
I am drinking some classic pink G&T, you know, because pink G&T is the best kind of G&T, and I'm having a great time with it.
It just feels classy when you're drinking something that's coloured.
It feels classy and it makes me happy. That's it.
Classy and happy. What better way to be?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am on the other end of the scale from your very sophisticated gins. I am drinking Strongbow cider.
Yes, Zoe.
Because it was the only thing in the fridge.
Flashbacks to sitting in the park with like slightly lukewarm cans, just getting bits of grass in them or something.
Yep, exactly. It's very much got the feeling of like, I've gone to my first house party and I don't know anyone, so I'm just going to have a Strongbow and stand in the corner and just hope that like no one wants me.
Yeah, feeling that on a spiritual level. What was the first drink you ever had? Can you remember?
What about you, Dean? What did you have?
So the first time I ever drank was after my prom in year 11. It was my year 11, and like coming from a Muslim family, drinking's not really a thing that happens.
Sure.
But because it was like an after prom party, everyone's like drinking, and then someone handed me a beer. I'm not too sure what it was, but it was a beer. And I just remember drinking that. And then dying the next day because my first ever beer just completely wiped me out.
Oh god!
Having to sneak home the next morning and not evidently be hungover was.
Oh my god, Dean! I didn't even think of that. Holy shit!
That's bad.
It was very, very tough, but I did it. You know, it was fine. It wasn't until many years later that my mom caught me drinking and be like, "You're having alcohol, aren't you?" I was like, yeah.
I love the idea of you sitting there just being like, yeah. Like I'm not trying to hide it. The concept of being able to hide a hangover is so foreign to me.
Yeah. Nowadays it is. But I did have to do the same thing as you, Dean. Like, I mean, you know, not for any particular reason, except I was like about 16 at the time. But one of the first times I went to a house party, it wasn't a house party. I was supposed to be staying over with my friend. But I think I drank like a bottle of like red aftershock to myself, which
oh my god
meant I still can't drink anything with aniseed in it, and it was a long time before I trusted cinnamon again. I think I basically threw up the entire lining of my stomach. But anyway, the next day I had to go home and my parents were like, let's go out for a nice dinner. And the whole way through I was sick as a dog, and I had to like, I chose like the plainest thing on the menu. I think it was like the kids' chicken goujons or something, and I was sitting there just trying so hard not to throw up because I was like, don't show weakness, they'll know. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, that's horrible.
It was bad.
Well, seeing as we're talking about like hangovers that we had the first time we started drinking, and so the first time I like got properly drunk, I was on Pimm's because I am that middle class.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
Like I know, like a friend's party or something, and I was sitting in a circle on like in their backyard and talking to some buddies and stuff, like drinking Pims, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. It's basically just juice. I don't feel drunk at all.
Oh no.
And then I tried to get up, and that went really badly. Do you remember the first time you like notice your legs aren't behaving the way they're meant to, and it's like, whoa, okay, this is what drunk feels like.
That was bad.
Amazing.
Yeah, that time it wasn't like the first time I drunk. It was the first time I was really bad hungover. But like, because I think my parents were from the school of it's all right to try like alcohol when you're younger, because then it doesn't mean it's such an exciting thing when you're like a teenager, which I think I do agree with, because then I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. And other friends were like never allowed to drink. So like the second they were like 17, they were gonna being stupid about it. But yeah, it was.
It's crazy when you remember like the stuff that your friends or like people you knew at school used to do when you were like 15 or 16, because like I remember people in my year like going and getting absolutely like hammered in the park. At the time I was like, oh yeah, it's normal. Now I'm like, you were 15. What the hell? Like, get home, young lady.
So true. Oh my god. Yeah.
But now we're adults and far more responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference is we have houses and flats to go and get drunk in, like without anybody being annoyed at us, so it's grand.
Amen to that.
But what have you been playing this week, Dean? Have you been like playing any new games? What have you been up to?
Shockingly, I have been playing a new game, and it has not been Warzone. So for the last few weeks and months, it's just been non-stop Warzone.
Yeah.
But then Marvel Avengers made its debut. Was it Tuesday? It was early access.
Yes.
So I've just been powering through that, and me being the Marvel lover that I am absolutely adoring it. I can see its flaws in the gameplay and whatnot, but I love it. It's fun.
Cool, yeah.
Kamala Khan is great, and now that I've unlocked Thor, I love like throwing Thor's hammer and just calling it back. It's just, I don't know, you really do feel like the god of thunder when you do that.
Hell yeah. I love his teleporting thing when you can do a superhero thing and he just summons the Bifrost down on some poor fucker. So good.
We've got quite a few super chats that I will try and do really quick now. So, first one is Dragon Mage 05. Thank you. Hello, lovely people. Here's some money for beverages of choice. Got a weird compliment from a dentist once saying I had the longest roots he had ever seen. Sending hugs.
Roots.
Wow. Man,
that is a weird compliment.
I've had much weirder compliments from other kinds of specialist doctors that I won't go into now, but yeah, it can. You do get. I mean, I'm sure Dragon Mage will agree with me. You do get weirdly proud of it, but it's odd, very very odd to be complimented on specific body parts.
Especially things you didn't know. It's like, oh, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
I totally knew my body was like that.
Like Lightning says, they took all 4 out at once. That's the wisdom teeth. And I also got an implant for one of my front teeth that I broke in a bike accident like 10 years ago when I was 13. Oof, you had a lot of work done all at once. No wonder that you're taking it easy now.
Like a lightning. That makes you and me twinsies because I also have
Do you?
tooth. Yeah, I've got false tooth.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
My chompers.
Wow.
Yeah, which I'm very subconscious about. But when I tell people, they have that reaction that they never knew.
I would
so
have
I'm like,
no idea, Zoe, honestly.
Yeah.
My dad had when I was growing up, his front tooth, the bottom of it was gold because like when he chipped it when he was younger, but he couldn't afford because it's actually more expensive to get it like tooth colored than it is to get it gold. But when we got older, like he has it now that you would never be able to tell. But yeah, very very weird that
gold.
tooth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like actual gold tooth in the front.
Yeah, I'll have that, thanks.
Spanofsky says layered shots of Bacardi 151 and Goldschlager were my first drinks. After 7 of them, waking up the next day was not pleasant. No. Zoe, have you seen the episode of Un with Trixie and Katya where they talk about drinking, and Katya says that her first drink was Goldschlager and Trixie just goes,
I have.
"Excuse me," and just turns around in her seat. It's amazing.
It's such a posh drink to have for your first drink.
It really is. It's like, oh, bits of floating edible gold. What?
Oh God. Yeah, our form tutor bought us shots of that at our prom because we were his favourites. Me and my friends. Because you're a teacher's pet.
Amazing.
So that same time I had Goldschlager, but
Oh, it's not good. It's also aniseed, I think. So it's not. I'm not a fan of it, but it's pretty fancy. Space Hopper Copter, thank you. They've done a super chat where it's little fist bumps. Little fist bumps.
Yay.
And then Dodger 5277 says, "Hi ladies, as thanks for all the support and cheering up during what we are now calling the saga of Maria the cat." Oh, I remember it well. "We are naming our new 7-week-old tuxedo kitten Zifa."
No! Oh my god,
We'll do
Amazing.
Are you serious? Holy shit! Oh my god, headphone warning. That is incredible!
So cute.
That is
I'm literally close
amazing.
to tears. That is absolutely amazing. Holy shit.
We need to see pictures of little Zifa. We must. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
We're now invested in
Yeah.
their future. Oh my god.
But also sending lots of love to Maria the cat, because that was, we were very, very invested in that too. Oh, and okay, really, really awesome super chat as well. You're suddenly finding yourselves in the midst of Eurogamer. Come dine with me. What 3-course meal are you cooking for everyone else? I will get so competitive with this because I am secretly obsessed with Come Dine With Me and all trashy
Are you?
TV. Yeah,
I love that.
I've thought about this a lot, but you guys go first.
Dino, what would you do?
Oh no. Gosh, I'm not really a big cook, so immediately I will fail at Come Dine With Me. But I'm gonna bring up a dish that I cooked literally last night, and I've even like introduced it to you, Zoe, and all our pals. And it's a spinach and paneer sort of curry,
Oh,
It's
yes.
so good.
which is
It's so
really
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love paneer cheese, and when you fry it and add it with it's like spinach mixed with onions and korma paste and garlic, and like tomatoes as well, and it's just so delightful. And you eat it with you can do it with naan bread, but pita bread works as well, and chapati bread is usually the go-to for it. But it's absolutely delightful. And for vegans out there, if you also want to make it, you just switch out the paneer for tofu. You fry the tofu, and Bob's your uncle. It's still a banging dish.
That sounds so good.
It's incredible.
I love it.
But what's your entertainment for the evening as well?
Entertainment for the evening.
Because otherwise people are going to go written through your bedroom, and you don't want that sometimes.
Oh no. Oh gosh, I've never really thought that much into hosting like a fancy dinner sort of thing. I tell you what, I'm stealing this, and Zoe knows where I'm stealing this. But our entertainment is going to be solving a murder.
God damn
mystery
it,
sort of
Dean!
part.
No, God damn it!
I
Oh, man.
absolutely adore that, and I think every party should just open with a murder mystery. It's just so fun.
That's excellent.
The best thing about this kind of parties is you get to pick who you kill at the beginning of them, and then you get to solve who actually killed them. I mean, like the real people coming to your dinner, not. Seriously though, the Consulting Detective series of board games, like, are fucking incredible. Like, you should go watch one if you want Dicebreaker. They are amazing, and that's what Dean's
Agreed.
referring to because we played them.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Okay,
So much fun.
what are you going to make, Zoe?
I am gonna make, to start, I'm gonna do some beef tartare with like an egg yolk for each one because they're really fucking good. I love beef tartare. And it's not that hard to prepare. As long as I get really good quality beef, I think I'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then for main course, I'm gonna make my favorite dish I've ever had. Let's just assume I can kind of make it because I don't think it's that hard. It's like pea puree,
Ooh.
black pudding, and pork belly with bone marrow, like something on the side. I think it's butter, maybe.
Yeah.
But it is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life, and I don't think it's too hard to make.
Bone marrow butter sounds pretty complex, but then again, I guess you're just slicing a bone in half and then roasting it, right?
Yeah, so if you go to a butcher's, they're sliced like cow bones in half for you, and then you cook them so the marrow goes soft, and then you blend the marrow with butter, and then put it in the fridge to set, and that's how you make marrow butter. So I think I could do that. And then I was just looking up what my dessert would be. It would either be Norwegian cinnamon rolls, which I love, or when I was at university, I made this dish called Ali, which is kind of it's an Egyptian dessert, and the closest thing we have to it in the UK is bread and butter pudding. But
Okay.
it's like coconut, pistachios, and cinnamon and nutmeg in it. It is amazing, and it is like it's my favorite thing to eat for dessert, pretty much.
Nice.
What about you,
On it.
Lisa? What would you do?
I don't know. You see, like, I change my mind all the time about this because basically it depends on the crowd that you're cooking for, because you need to cater to specific tastes and stuff, right? But I think like main course I'm undecided because we make really, really good lamb stuffed with like garlic and rosemary with like all the trimmings around it, and big fan of that, like when it's cooked just right. But then also we make a really, really good butter chicken, which is like twice marinated, and just is really, really lush and like really rich. And it's quite spicy. It's not like, because you can get butter chicken that's a bit boring with lots of herbs and stuff. But
What is butter chicken?
well, it's kind of like a tomato-based sauce, but then there's like a lot of we do first we marinate the chicken in like lime juice and some like chili, and then for the second marinade we do like garam masala, yogurt, and a few other bits and pieces, and then the sauce is like passata, loads of garlic, fenugreek, and I think there's like cardamom in there as well. Sab will be able to tell you. We've made it so many times and I can't even remember now, but like it's just chuck loads of stuff in a pot and then just like let it sit there for half a day until like all the flavors are
Half a day.
as long as you can. Yeah, I love
my
like
God.
I love dishes that you can just like leave it for ages until like it's just really, really good and flavorful.
Nice.
But yeah, for like dessert, I'd probably make that the recipe I sent you a while ago, Zoe, the almond, dark chocolate, and raspberry
Yes.
cake with some like mascarpone on the side or something. Just a little bit.
That is, I still need to make that. That sounded incredible.
It's so good because there's like biscotti in it as well, so like it has that little bit of extra crunch, which is you only need a little slice, but it's like it's not too rich, but it's got lots of flavor.
Yeah. Okay, well now I'm really hungry. So
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I don't know. I just love I love the judging part of Come Dine With Me. Like most of
when
all,
I'm
like
taxi at the end. And they get
yeah,
to, like,
they're so savage. They're like, did you cook this bread? Did you raise these chickens yourself? Did you churn this butter? Oh, you didn't. Oh, well, that's disappointing, isn't it? They're such bitches, and I love it.
I once watched an episode of Come Dine With Me where it was like meat eaters and vegetarians, and the vegetarian woman revealed that she doesn't eat meat, but she takes that very seriously. Like, she will literally put a bit of meat in her mouth and taste it, but she won't swallow it. And she thinks that's so mad. She says, oh no, I'm still a vegetarian. And the people at the dinner were like, wait, no. That means you're not a vegetarian. You're not supposed to eat meat. And she's like, but I'm not eating it. I'm just putting it in my mouth.
Yeah, is someone else eating it afterwards, or is that animal just being killed just anyway? Like, it doesn't come back to life just because you don't eat it. You fucking...
Exactly. It was...
If anything, that's even more wasteful, right? Because she's put this meat in her mouth and now nobody can have it. So it's just worse.
It's amazing.
It was
gross.
It's one of those moments where I was like, are you literally for real? Like, are you taking the piss? Because this sounds so stupid.
Oh, you gotta love that logic. That's just amazing. Oh, God.
Dean, do you have a guilty pleasure TV show, like Come Dine With Me, that you like to watch?
So I don't really watch like reality TV all that much. So that's like completely out the window. Guilty pleasure TV show. I'm trying to think now because I don't know. I watch a lot of TV, and to me, all the TV I watch is never really guilty pleasures. It's just pleasures.
What are you watching? At the moment?
I'm watching Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Which is a lot of fun.
It's
is
like Karate
basically
Kid spin-off, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a sequel to the Karate Kid film. And it's like I know of the Karate Kid film and I know all the references and like Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso, but I've never actually watched the Karate Kid. Like do you remember the remake that came out with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan? I watched that version.
Yeah, I've never seen Karate Kid, so I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not missing out on the remake because it was not that good of a film in the slightest. But yeah, I've never watched the original film, but the TV series, because it was originally a YouTube Red series before it came to Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like, but for I don't know why, to me, I automatically equated that to being like a low budget sort of thing because it was a YouTube Red series. But now that it's on Netflix and that I've started watching it, it's actually like a really, really good show. Like I'm kind of surprised that they made it specifically for YouTube Red all those years, because like it kind of fits really well as part of the Netflix library.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck
strange.
is YouTube Red? Is that like a TV version?
I
of
didn't even
YouTube?
think it was still going, to be honest. I thought they kind of packed it in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's still going. It was what they were trying to do for like the subscription service on YouTube, whereas like you pay for YouTube service and you get an ad-free experience and also premium shows that would only be available to people who had YouTube Red. And one of those was Cobra Kai, but they did a bunch of YouTube Red series that I can't remember.
I can't
half of
remember.
them
All
or
I
even
remember is that
majority
like
of
they had PewDiePie had a contract to do one, and then
Oh,
it just
God.
Oh yeah.
yeah, you know that
Oh, and
usual
then
thing.
he was a dick, because that doesn't sound like him at all.
Classic.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Like I don't know why you would do like a bulk subscription service. Like I mean, you know, like YouTube memberships makes way more sense in my head, because then you can you know, support the channels that you want to, and you're not getting a load of guff that you may or may not want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whatever. Yeah, it just feels very strange to me. It's like when Netflix started, loads of other places have now kind of latched on to
Yeah.
the like streaming TV, which now means that it's not as useful as it used to be.
Right.
Now, fuck, I need to have like 5 subscriptions.
Well,
to see this
exactly. You know, the more and more places kind of branch out and try and do their own things. Like nobody's going to pay for this for like 5 or 6 different subscription services. It's like the whole point is that you pay for one and you get a broad range of stuff to watch. It's so dumb.
Exactly. Especially like you know, Now TV completely fisted people for the Game of Thrones. When it
Oh
was
my
on.
God.
Like, that was literally, they knew that was the only reason people were getting basically most of their subscriptions. It's just such
So
a-
dumb. So dumb. And like it's like, how many times must we teach you this lesson, old man? It's like, we're gonna pirate it.
Exactly.
If you don't let people like fucking access the stuff that they want, they're just gonna go and torrent it.
Like The Mandalorian. Why did that come out months later in the UK than in the
my
US? What
God.
was up with that?
So stupid.
Idiotic.
We have another super chat from Athena the Wild. Hi Zoe, hi Aoife, Zoe and Dean. Loving Fareed and Dungeon Breaker, by the way. Have a wonderful weekend, and I would buy Eurogamer / Tavern Time cook / drink book in a heartbeat. Hey!
Yay! I will say something really quickly, which is that my name is not spelt with a Y. But thank you so much for your super chat.
Oh, yeah.
When I was at university, I told some of my friends there that like it's not with a Y, and then from that point on, every time they spoke to me, they spelled it with a Y. They was like, "I know you think you're being cute, but I will cut you if you don't like spell it correctly."
Amazing.
Man.
God damn it.
Dean, we are pretty good friends, I would say. Maybe like super good friends.
Yeah,
Pretty much
I'd
super
like
good
to
friends.
think so.
Yeah. So basically, what is this leading on to is me saying that I know quite a bit about you. And one of the things I know about you is that you fucking love comics, and DC and Marvel especially. So I have collated a big old list of quizzes that we could do that are in that kind of wheelhouse, if that would sound like something you're interested in.
I 100% am interested in that. Whether I'll do any good is another question. I feel like after saying I'm a big old Marvel and DC fan, this is where I'm
The bar
gonna
has
just
been
like
set high.
yeah, I'm gonna completely stumble. It's like it'll be one of those moments where you know the answer, but the pressure hits you and you're like, and that's it. That's it. That's gonna be on the internet forever, and everyone's gonna reference it, being like, remember when you said you're a Marvel and DC fan? How about this moment on the Eurogamer Happy Hour Tavern Time, huh? Oh, no.
Like, if you're worried about looking like a fool and you're talking to Team Eurogamer, you're in good company.
Yeah, you
I
really
promise
don't need to
you that.
worry, honestly.
Like, don't worry about it.
So really quick, we've got a couple of super chats. One from Jordan Homedahl, who says, shout out to Zoe for her incredible Bi Visibility Month Twitter thread the other day. You helped inspire me to be more open with my own bisexuality.
Yay!
Nice.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad it helped. I started typing out like, just like about it. Just because you're in a relationship with the opposite gender doesn't mean you're like straight. You're still bi. And then I was like, actually, I have more to say on this topic. And it turned into like 14 tweets. But
Excellent.
I'm so glad you found it helpful.
Good.
Amazing.
Amazing. There's one a super chat from Spunoffsy. It says, all right, it's almost noon here and I've been up since 8 with no food and a lot of coffee. So you'll have a drink on me, you gorgeous group. Mwah, thank you.
Bye.
And Athena the Wild says, my apologies, Zoe. Thanks for correcting me.
It's okay. Thanks, Athena. I always feel like a dick when I correct people for like either spelling one of my names wrong, but then like.
No, it's good to
name.
correct people. I mean, it shouldn't be seen to be. It's a positive thing, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It is. Hassan, like, I don't know if you ever watched Patriot Act on Netflix with Hassan Minaj, but he made, like, one of his things was like, your name is your name, and like you shouldn't feel bad about correcting people when they're not like saying it correctly or spelling it correctly, because he used to like just let it slide when people didn't pronounce his surname wrong, but it reached a point being like, no, this is my name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people how
My
to say it.
goddamn name. Yeah.
I'll never
It's
ever.
Like,
Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'd never ever be annoyed with someone not knowing how to say or how to spell my name. Of course, I don't expect people that aren't Irish to know how to say or spell it. But the thing that does annoy me, and it does happen fairly often, is when people try then push back on it and say, oh but this, oh but that, oh but do you not say it like this? Oh but I thought it was said this way, and I'm like, I bet I know how to say and spell my own name. Thank you very much.
Yeah, how the fuck would
This isn't a negotiation. Thanks. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's like when someone corrects you for using, like, they want you to use different pronouns to talk to them. They're not like being, like catty or anything. The thing you say in response is just thank you, because it's important.
Thank you for correcting me. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, quizzes.
Yes.
I have a lot of them.
Oh man.
So yeah, I'm going to read out the titles and we'll see which one tickles your fancy. What Birds of Prey character would go clubbing in Gotham with you?
I love it already.
Babs.
Yep. Which Lantern Corps would you be in? How much do you know about Superman?
Okay.
Which supervillain is in love with you?
Amazing.
What is your Marvel life, which comes with your name, your age, your power, your alias,
Alias.
your hometown, your crush, and your personality? Like, this is in depth.
Wow.
What MCU character are you?
Ooh.
An Avengers membership application. Who is your Avenger/Marvel boyfriend?
Oh.
And then two weird ones. One is just called Can You Go to Wonderland? Which is just
Zoe, where do you get these from?
the best place. And the last one is, does Mike Wazowski approve of you?
That's nothing to do with comics, but
Amazing.
sure.
I know, I saw it. But yeah, so if any of those sound interesting to either of you, let me know and we can...
Dean, take your pick.
I mean, they all sounded great, but I think I really want to go for the first one, which is like the who would go clubbing with me in Gotham from
Amazing.
Birds of Prey.
Absolutely. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so number one, pick a colour combination, and God, there are a lot. Okay, blue and red, purple and black, pink and brown, green and blue, brown and black, yellow and red, green and gold, black and grey, or blue and pink.
I'm going to go
So
purple
many.
and black.
Nice. Number
Huntress.
two, which of these DC club and bars would you rather go to? The Dark Side Club, the Black Mask Club, Casanova Club, the Tate Club, Bewitched, the Iceberg Lounge, Oblivion Bar, or O'Malley's or Lux?
Some great choices there.
Bewitched. I'm going to have to go with Bewitched. Yeah.
What are the other ones like? in terms of, like,
Depends
vibes?
which like villains and stuff you subscribe to. So like
Yeah.
the Iceberg Lounge is like Penguin, then like Black Mask, obviously. Yeah, it's there's some fun history in there for some of them for sure.
Sweet. Okay, pick a weapon. Grenade, machine gun, claws, mallet, handgun, baseball bat, knife, crossbow, or teeth.
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 Oh gosh. I mean, it is between claws and teeth. To be fair, like claws, because who doesn't love a good scratching every now and then?
Oh my.
And then teeth just sounds. I'm intrigued. Actually, I want to see where teeth take me. Teeth. I'm doing teeth.
Okay. What type of shoes would you rather wear? Slippers, platforms, boots, sneakers, roller skates, loafers, wedges, or sandals?
Ooh. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Between the platforms and the roller skates, because roller skates just seem like fun, especially in like the club kind of vibe, just roller skating everywhere. Imagine that on the dance floor. Oh gosh, that'd be
I feel
wild.
like you're talking yourself into roller skates.
I just did. Yeah, it's roller skates.
Pick a member of the comic book Birds of Prey team. Misfit, Batgirl, Vixen, Poison Ivy, my love and eternal. Dove, Catwoman, Power Girl, Big Barda, or Katana?
I'm gonna say Vixen.
Nice. What's
Yeah.
Vixen's like MO?
Vixen, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure I've got this character right, she can embody, like, not actually transform into animals, but embody the spirit of animals. So, like,
Oh, cool.
she can embody, like, the spirit of a bear and then be as strong as a bear and have those abilities to embody, like, a cheetah and be as fast as a cheetah. I'm pretty sure that's Vixen. If I'm
That's
wrong, I've just
awesome.
made myself look like a fool.
I'm sure you're right. I trust you. Which of these things would annoy you the most? Being called nicknames that you hate? When a person continuously interrupts you when you are speaking? I do that all the time and I need to like stop myself from doing it. It's really difficult. Someone hurting one of your closest friends? Someone leaving floaters in your drink? What the hell is that? What are floaters in your drink? What does that mean?
Like when someone backwashes, you know, when they take a drink and then bits of food. Yeah, gross. Disgusting.
Gross. A person who forgets to flush the loo. Someone ruining your
God.
lunch. When people keep stealing your stuff. When a person is wearing clothes that really don't match. Or when you don't get what you want for breakfast.
Oh, man.
What was the original question? Is like, because I hate all of these things.
Which of these things annoys you the most?
Annoys me the most. Okay. Oh god, like someone not flushing the toilet. That's a big annoyance. But also someone stealing my stuff. Like especially like when you lived in a shared place and you buy food and like someone steals your food. Just like
That's so not okay. So
I hate
not
that
okay.
so much. That's like, I don't mind if someone takes like a bit of milk if they need it for tea or something, but like if they take chicken that you just cooked, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say the toilet thing. Someone who doesn't flush the toilet, because like that can happen like just everywhere. You can go to a public toilet and someone's just left something horrendous there. It's like, come on, just flush it. Like it's like takes 2 seconds.
It's just so disrespectful. Yeah, it's not hard.
Unbelievable. Okay, pick a snack. Omelette, just a chili. Oh no, it means chili as in the meat dish. Okay.
Okay.
Sandwich, toast, hot dog, cereal, chicken soup, apple, or person.
Person. Incredible.
Is that what you're going for? Are you
Delicious.
going for person?
Yeah, I do like to snack on the occasional person every now and then.
Who doesn't?
I've been snacking quite a lot with cereal, to be fair. Like it is between cereal and toast, so I'm gonna go cereal because that's what I'm on right now.
I love cereal. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, which occupation would you rather have? A bouncer, an athlete, a dancer, a business owner, a taxi driver, a chef, a thief, a singer, or a detective?
Dancer.
Nice.
Dancer.
You like
I want
dancing?
this. I love being on the dance floor. Sadly, like my dance moves do not complement that that passion.
What matters on the dance floor is having a good time.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Exactly.
Not looking good.
It's all about the attitude you're bringing.
Exactly.
Make anything look good.
100%. Pick an object. A stuffed beaver, a microphone, a shrunken head, a cocktail glass, a graphic tee, a diamond, a collar, a motorbike helmet, or a tutu.
I can basically pick which birds of prey each of those items is affiliated with.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say cocktail glass. Yeah.
Nice. Good for smashing people over the head with as well. which helps. Pick an emotion. Tired, angry, sad, confused, happy, lonely, hungry, amused, or excited.
Excited, easily,
Yeah!
100%.
Oh, here we go. You got Helena Bertolini / the Huntress.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. You called it from the very beginning, Aoife.
Yeah.
It's just like so on its way.
Yeah.
Huntress
So
is the
what's
coolest
the
one.
Huntress? What's she like?
She's kind of like a female Batman, like a little bit, I suppose. She's the daughter of one of the crime families. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But she's really, really cool. And even in the latest film that came out, like she's by far the best character.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's what's her face from Scott Pilgrim that plays her.
Ramona
Elizabeth.
Flowers.
Yeah. Elizabeth Winstead. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
She's incredible. She looks so different in this. The picture
I
of the Huntress
know.
doesn't look like Ramona at all.
No, not even
Yeah.
slightly. She looks really tall, actually. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Scott
I
Pilgrim was a
adore
great
it.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Dean? Sorry.
I was gonna say I adore the quiz, but I also really liked the film too.
I really did
Like,
too.
I
I
thought-
think it was. I'm really sad that it kind of bombed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised it did because I thought it was actually probably one of DC's better ones.
Same, agreed, yeah.
To come out in recent years.
It had a
So,
fucking sense of humor about
that's
it,
a
which
shame.
you can't say of a lot of DC movies. I thought it was really well cast. I mean, they tried to do a little bit too much, I think, with some of the storylines. But like Margot Robbie is clearly, she's just the perfect Harley Quinn. She was just so good.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing
saw
with
it.
like the breakfast sandwich. Like if that ain't me, like it's just it was very relatable.
I saw like a thread which was outlining all the ways where Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey was not designed from a male gaze point of view, and like it was really good. Like her hair is shorter,
Yeah.
so it's like grabbable if you're sleeping with her. Her makeup looks more like she's applied it herself, and like there were photos of Margot Robbie literally reapplying her lipstick in between takes. Her outfit,
Her
like,
outfits were
isn't-
amazing.
her outfit's great. Her outfits look like she's wearing whatever she wants to have fun with, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like she's not dressing to be like looked at. She's like, I love this and this and this, and I'm gonna wear it, and I don't care if it doesn't go together at all. And like her personality in the trailer, especially, is more like she's just having a good time. You know, she's like living her best life. It's so awesome. It's also like when the costume design of the Amazonian warriors was compared to like what they were like in Batman vs Superman, I think.
Okay.
Versus
Justice League, yeah, from
Yes,
the Wonder
that's it,
Woman
thank
film
you.
to Justice League.
yeah, where they were designed
Yeah.
so differently. Like in the Wonder Woman movie, they don't have the abs showing. Like they're clearly wearing armor and like everything's practical. But in the Justice League movie, they have like cutouts of their
bikinis.
out. Yeah, and it's like that is not practical in combat, like at
No.
all.
I was gonna say, to be fair, I'd be like showing off my abs as well if I were them, but like, yeah, it's not practical for combat. Like, you just want to get a spear through the sternum or something. It's not great.
Exactly. DC have been like crushing it with their female-led movies, though. Which what do you guys think? Marvel's kind of doing the same thing.
I really liked
DC's?
Captain Marvel. I thought it was really great. On Spider-Man, everything. Like, I know clearly what they were trying to do is like, look, we've been doing female superheroes this whole time, and it's like, guys, Jesus, like, come on.
Yeah.
But I still got emotional watching it. Like it still kind of worked on me, you know. Like, and I know it was emotional manipulation of the highest level, but I still got a kick out of seeing that. But I don't know. Like, I want to see them do more. Obviously, like I know that they've got a Black Widow film coming. I want to see. I want to see a fucking Captain Marvel Valkyrie. Fucking like.
Yes. Oh my God.
I ship it. I want it. I need it to happen.
Well, because Valkyrie is kind of non-linearly bisexual.
Yeah,
so,
they both are.
Like, yeah.
So like, bring it on. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like it's weird. It's interesting to think of because like obviously like Marvel has been like more coherent with all its films compared to DC, but there's the DC TV shows in particular. They do a way better job when it comes to representation. Like one of my favorites is DC's Legends of Tomorrow, where the captain of that crew is a bisexual woman, White Canary, who is absolutely phenomenal. And like you don't really see that in like the films at all. Someone like that taking the lead. So yeah, I think DC in the TV sense is kind of doing a bit better than Marvel.
The thing is, yeah, like DC in general, I think even canonically, like in the comics, like DC has a lot of diversity that has been kind of like sneaking towards the forefront of like a lot of their main arcs. Like, I mean, Batwoman is an incredible character. They just don't know how the fuck to make the most of a lot of them. And I mean, yeah, like I think Marvel are a bit more cowardly in how they're kind of approaching a lot of stuff. So
I think after the shit show that was The Defenders, I think that like, I feel like that was a line where they stopped really doing TV shows after that, because they were like, ah shit, we like fucked it up.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of, sorry, what were you saying?
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, I'm a massive fan of how the boys portray superheroes. Like,
Yes.
I think that's the best.
But it's just messy as fuck. Like, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to binge the entirety of season 2 this weekend, and I'm not ashamed about
Is it out
it.
this weekend?
It came out today.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Really?
I watched the first episode this morning before coming into work. I was like,
Is it good?
Oh yeah, it opens strong. It opens.
I'm literally gonna watch
strong.
it like straight after this if it's out. Like,
Incredible. I love it so much. It's like, because if superheroes existed, they would be complete pieces of shit.
course
They wouldn't
they
be
would.
good people. Like,
think about what influencers are like, right? They've been gifted like ridiculous power, way too young. Everyone panders to them. Look what happens. How do you think that's gonna play when they're literally invincible to any kind of consequences whatsoever? You're gonna get shit people. Like, that's just and it is so interesting to see a TV show explore that. Like, yeah, totally.
absolutely fantastic.
It's just much more relatable than seeing these kind of like deified figures being like, no, I must sacrifice myself, you know?
Wasn't there that TV show where it was like, it was a comedy, but it was going into what it's like to be a normal, non-powered human when there's superheroes around? It was about like insurance adjusters or something, because
Oh, I know what you're on about because I watched it before it got cancelled.
with the guy who plays
was-
Airbender.
Yeah, it was set up by, as in fictionally in the comic book universe, this insurance company was set up by Bruce Wayne's cousin, and he was like trying to be as good as Bruce Wayne, and it was pretty funny because the Bruce Wayne's cousin was played by Alan Tudyk.
Oh, really? Amazing!
It's great. And Vanessa Hudgens, from High School Musical. What was her name? That's
it.
She was like someone who just moved city and joined this insurance company to sell insurance to people to cover them for damages from superhero happenings.
Wow. Amazing.
I love it that show thought of like the alternate spin on superheroes though. It's like, yeah, but what's it like to be a person? Like,
Yeah.
your fucking shop gets beat up because they beat up some supervillain in front of it.
So
We've
good.
got some super chats. One from the Lone Sniper Pro, which says, possibly controversial opinion, Black Widow is the best character in Iron Man 2. Her fight scene at the end is the best.
Black Widow's a great character. I think there's so much that you can do with Black Widow. I'm not always 100% sold on Scarlett Johansson's portrayal of her, but she's an incredibly nuanced character. Like, there's tons of different avenues you can go down, and I don't think we've really gotten to know her all that well in the Marvel films. Like, I really hate that she was relegated to like being a love interest to Bruce Banner for a while. Like,
Oh god, what was up with that? What the fuck?
and then there was this sexual tension between her and Cap as well. That like, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck me, guys, come on, like, really, like, she's got so much like dark backstory that you could explore, and you're gonna give her the sun's getting real low, like, fuck off. Like,
The thing, Black Widow of all people in like a maternal capacity is like, do you know how fucked up like her past is in terms of like being raised as a child and stuff? There is no way she would be maternal towards fucking hell.
I'm pretty sure some of the comic books do cover that ground as well. That she's like, it would be the worst thing in the world for me to bring a child into, and like there's no way I could give it a normal upbringing, or be in any way responsible for it.
Yeah.
Frustrating. Another super chat from Holly May that says, just gotten back from seeing all my friends before we all split up for uni again, and now I join the stream mid superhero discussion. This is a good day. And last one from Emma Benton that says, I've been awake since 5 a.m. and this conversation has given me so much life. Love you all. Have a lovely weekend. Emma! 5!
Take care of yourselves. Everyone's so sleepy.
Yeah. Christ.
I like it. Yeah, Gondor is a good point. Shazam was quite cool about the concept of youth getting superpowers. I quite liked the overall kind of tone and message of the Shazam film, actually. That like it's not just about, it's about family. It's not just about the individual. I love that. Like it was really sweet in a way. And it was a DC film that didn't take itself too seriously as well.
So yeah, I really liked that about Shazam being that, like, compared to Batman v Superman and Justice League and Man of Steel, like Shazam was just very light-hearted fun.
Yeah.
And like, because I mean, the concept, like, you can't do that really too dark and serious. Like, it's a 10-year-old boy embodying like a 30-year-old huge god, which is ludicrous, but it's so fun. And the actor for it as well, Zachary Levi.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I really like him as an actor. Like, well, I first watched him in a TV series which I recently finished rewatching, which was Chuck. I don't know if anybody watched Chuck.
I watched some of it when I was younger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun. And then seeing his career change, like from being this geek who worked in an IT department at a mall to like a superhero who's massive. Like, he is really huge. And I just, like, every time I look at it, I was like, wow,
awesome.
What a change.
That's where I know him from. He's Flynn in Tangled.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Get ready for the smolder.
Like, oh god, he's such a talented person, and like, I'm sorry.
Siri thought I said, hey Siri, get ready for the smolder.
Oh my god. That is amazing.
Okay.
He was also really good in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Like, he's really good.
Oh, you've told me about that. I've never seen it still.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, like, you must have seen, like, it's got loads of awards and shit.
Yes.
And, like, when I see things got awards, I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. But it is genuinely amazing. It's all about a woman who turns to being a live stand-up comic in the 1930s, I guess, is the period, 1950s, 40s-ish. It is absolutely incredible. It's funny, it's like really emotionally strong, it's got a great core, it's fucking traumatic at points. Like, it is fantastic. I really, really recommend watching it.
Jeez, yeah. The thing is, like, I never would have known about the stand-up comedy aspect had you not told me. Like, I don't know, it didn't strike me as that kind of thing at all.
It's because, like, in the time when Mrs. Maisel is set, you don't get female stand-up comics.
No.
You just don't, because of the, like, intense sexism in America at the time.
At the time.
But, like,
come on now.
At the time, yeah, that's true. But, like, as the series goes on, she becomes, like, she does more stuff like that. But it's just, it'll make you very angry, but it's a great series.
That's awesome.
I recommend it to everyone. It's great.
Man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Any other TV shows you want to talk about? I'm quite enjoying this.
I've got so many TV shows. I could talk about TV shows like literally for the rest of my lifetime.
Dean, start. Come on.
About TV shows.
Yeah,
oh god. I'll actually, here's a good one to ask both of you, because it was recently, or not recently, but like a month ago, added to Netflix. But have either of you ever watched or have watched when it was added, Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Legend of Korra?
Don't you get me started on Avatar: The Last Airbender, literally the best program ever made in the history of anything.
Yes!
Holy shit. It is, like, honestly, there's not even an ounce of hyperbole in what I just said. Avatar: The Last Airbender has got everything that you could possibly want or need from a TV show. It's got, like, amazing fight scenes. It's got actual, like, character arcs that have resolutions and growth and everything else. It has, you know, diversity, it has acceptance, it has cute animals. It is just fucking amazing, and I will never stop going on about how much I love it.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said wholeheartedly.
And it also has cabbages. My cabbages.
Cabbages. No. Oh, that poor guy. It's so I rewatched it as soon as it came onto Netflix, and I was like, I already knew it was a great show, but when you rewatch it, you're like, oh my god, I forgot how much I love this show.
It's so great.
Like it's really delightful. And I attempted to, like, I made the terrible mistake of attempting to rewatch the live action film after watching the animated series. I got about 30 minutes in and I was like, nope, can't do it. Done. Close it. Now it's forever on my Netflix continue watching thing. I'm like, I'm never going to continue watching this Netflix.
Ringing the bell after you. The only thing I can't watch with Avatar is I can't watch the Appa when he gets lost. I can't watch that arc. It makes me cry every time. I'm so upset by it. Like, it just when you have like a pet that you love more than anything and you see someone else's pet in distress, like, you're just automatically imprinting, and it makes me like just floods and floods of tears. But what nation would you belong to, Dean?
I really like the Earth Nation, you know? Like it's just especially when they get into metal bending, and I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing.
Toph is like just the most badass character in the history.
Yes.
So you'd be like, what, Ba Sing Se represent, kind of?
Yeah, for sure. Ba Sing Se. Oh no, but post all the brainwashing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What's her name? What's her name? There is no. Oh, she's the wee creepy. Judy. Judy. Yeah, she's so creepy.
Oh, God, yeah.
What would you be, Aoife? Which kingdom would you be?
Do you really need to ask that question?
I mean, I thought I should probably ask just to see if it was different, but...
I mean, look, Princess Zilla is like... Just my spirit animal. I just love her so much. Yeah.
I need to I started to watch Avatar, but I couldn't really, like, I didn't give it the time that it needed to get. Like, because it is a kids show, like, it is meant to be shown to kids, which is also amazing because it's so good. Like, it teaches so much, but I think I watched it at a time when I expected it to be like a grown-up animated series. Right. Because it's not that, I was like, oh, I kind of bounced off it, so I really need to go back to it at some point.
The funny thing is, I would say Legend of Korra is that. It is a more grown-up, but I didn't enjoy 100%. It as much. Like, I thought it was okay, but Korra really, and I know this is controversial, but Korra really grated on me. Every fucking day is a crisis with her, and I'm like, can you just get over yourself and get on with it? Like, I wasn't there for her angst. Like, I wanted the fun of Avatar, and there was just too many arcs that were based on Korra having a wee meltdown. Like, I just wanted to see her rise above a lot of the stuff that was thrown at her. And I mean, I loved, like, I'm Korra Sammy for life, obviously, but I don't know. So it could have been a bit more lighthearted in parts. I would have thought and hoped. I personally, I know this isn't an opinion shared by Mary, but I after rewatching it, like, stood by my opinion, being like, I think I preferred not Korra the character, the show Legend of Korra to Last Airbender, and I think it's just because I really enjoyed, like, the world being further developed, like seeing, like, the origins of the Avatar and, like, where that all began. I also loved the era that it was set in. Is like 1940s sort of era, Prohibition era, which was really cool. Yeah, I guess I kind of like Go ahead. Yeah, I really enjoyed each season, and I know the story behind why this was, but each season being like a self-contained plot arc, and like I know that was because they only were going to make one season. Then Nickelodeon came back to them, be like, can you make another? And then they came back saying, can you make 2 more? And being like, but I enjoyed that. Like, it was nice, and like you said, I loved how it ended with Korra and Sammy. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it was really it was just like when after rewatching it was like, from the first season, I was like, I could immediately see it being like, this just made sense from day one. I don't know why this didn't happen immediately. but like I'm glad it ended that way and it didn't like end any other way. Like Nickelodeon like just were like, yeah, let's put that in there.
Yeah, I think like James Franklin is kind of agreeing with you. Says Cora suffered because Nick screwed over production. They ordered 1 season, then right at the end asked for 3 more.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty confusing.
What
was that?
There's like a
Oh,
sound
no.
happening in the office, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Someone's
It's fine, it's not
drilling.
alarm.
A lot of people are shouting about the Dragon Prince in chat. I've never seen that. Have you, Dean?
No, I haven't. Like, I've seen a lot of people recommend it though after Avatar was on Netflix, being like, once you finish that, you should check out the Dragon Prince. So it's on my to watch list, but I've not watched it yet.
No, me neither. It's kind of not CGI, but it is that kind of style of animation, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like 3D, but it's
Okay.
like cartoony 3D. I need to start watching Owl House because I have heard amazing things about that.
What is that about?
And it's I don't know what it's about, but I know that it's got great representation for diversity and LGBTQ stuff.
Okay.
And really good. I also need to start watching Steven Universe because I still haven't.
Oh yeah,
Yes, please
So-
do. I love Steven Universe so much. Like,
it's amazing.
it's one of the best shows. Along with, and this is another one that I just finished watching recently, She-Ra, which is
She-Ra!
great. I love She-Ra so much. I was like, I didn't think I'd get into it because I didn't really care for because She-Ra is a spin-off from He-Man. I didn't really care about
Yeah.
He-Man and all that. But then I watched it and I'm like, oh my god, this is great. And I wanted more episodes and more episodes until I got to like the final season. I was like, oh no, there's no more episodes, but I love it. It's so nice.
Yeah,
Oh, I love She-Ra.
a lot of love for Owl House in the comments. And James Franklin also says, I keep meaning to get into the Avatar comics. The recent Avatar Kyoshi comic book is really good, and I think Kyoshi has a girlfriend. Yes, Kyoshi is canonically bisexual, and she's also a fucking badass. Do you know in the series, Kyoshi's Warriors? You know where all the cool face paint and everything? Original Kyoshi has a comic book, and it's really, really, really good.
Incredible. It was Kyoshi one of the avatars.
Yes, she was the one before Roku, I think.
I've seen
Yeah, I think you're right.
I've seen loads of memes about Kyoshi just being fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Of Kyoshi with a gun and stuff. It's like just kill the fuck out. No
Massively.
chill.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my god, I just love that universe so much. I could just, if you just pick me up and plonk me in a fictional universe, it'd be that one. So good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We've got a couple of super chats. Deep Sub says, have any of you watched the Netflix Castlevania series? I can recommend giving it a go. Also, Zoe, how's the cycling going?
First, Castlevania is fucking great. I love Castlevania. Castlevania is an adult cartoon show. It's great. It's it's got, oh fuck, what's his name? Richard Armitage voices one of the main characters.
Oh wow.
And he's great. What were you going to say about it, Dean? I heard you start.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was agreeing with you. Being Castlevania. I've only watched the first 2 seasons, but you're right. Yeah, Castlevania is a lot of fun.
It's really good. It's great. And I got my helmet for cycling today, so I'll let you know how cycling goes next week. Yeah.
Lloyd Maeve says, in the midst of this Avatar chat, I feel obliged to claim gender bending for the non-binary nation. I love it!
Absolutely.
And Andrew Martinez says, in my opinion, the only thing that can be a good follow-up for Avatar is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Similar quality and more mature themes. I don't know about this one. Tell us about it, Dean.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist is great. So yeah, that is very. It's an anime, Full Metal Alchemist, and it is very much a more mature show. It's about people who use alchemy to transmute objects and things into other stuff. The protagonist quite often transmutes concrete to make a staff, or he's got a metal arm, so he transmutes his arm whenever he's in combat. He transmutes his arm to be a blade to fight against enemies. It's a very when I watched it not too long ago, there's moments where you will well up and you will cry because it gets heavy, and it's I want to say 3 seasons long or 4 seasons long, and it's very much it's a story that spans the whole show. It's not individual plot points from certain episodes or anything.
Nice.
like I try. I could talk about it for ages, but I kind of you just kind of need to watch it to really appreciate it, because it's a very like all the characters are well developed, and you there's in the first season, the first few episodes, there's a moment which sets the tone for the whole show where you're like, oh wow, it's going to be that kind of dark and serious.
Ooh, that sounds interesting,
God.
intriguing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Darkside Flame says the animated Harley Quinn show is also great. Now I've seen memes of this. It's really mature, right? Like
This
every
is
time,
the one.
yeah, every time we
sent a
see
link of
screenshots
this
and we're
to-
like, that's not real, is it? Is it?
Yeah, I sent like a video of it, I think, to you, Aoife, to be
Yeah.
like, this
It
can't be
can't
real.
possibly be real.
The dialogue was so adult. I was like, what the? My brain like went.
It was where they were talking about like King Shark being like a bottom or something, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
something like-
I really need to watch it, but you know, you have those moments you're like, this is an internet video. This isn't real. Like,
yeah, but it is. Apparently it is.
Yeah.
No, which is like that conversation alone sold it to me. I was like, I have to watch this. What?
I would also recommend Has Been Hotel. There's only one
Ooh.
episode of it so far, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
And it's coming back. It's about demons in hell, and hell has become overcrowded. So for one day a year, there's a purge that happens where you can kill anyone you want, basically. And not get put in prison for it. And the princess of hell, called Charlie, is a demon herself, but she, unlike anyone else, has this faith that demons can be good. So she wants to try and teach demons to be good people. So she starts this hotel where she's going to take in demons from across like hell and try and teach them how to be good people, so they don't have to do the purge every year. And it is great. She's in a canonically bisexual relationship with her girlfriend. There is a male sex worker as one of the demons called Angel Dust, who I love so much.
Can I just say how much I love the fact that we've said canonically bisexual about 5 times in the last 20 minutes? It's so great.
Because you know, like when you watch a show, you're like, oh, I think they're bi, but they aren't saying it because they're cowards. But like, no, they are bisexual. It is so, it's great. Yeah, the writing's pretty good as well.
So good.
And it's on YouTube, so it's free. So why wouldn't you watch it?
This is why cartoons are so great, though. Like, think about like the sort of premises that we've given for each of these shows and how amazingly diverse they all are. Like, that's so great.
Yeah, it is. It's great. I think like cartoons are doing all the stuff that live action is kind of too scared to do.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, it's easier to look at a cartoon and be like, oh, that looks cute, rather than like a live action. But yeah, I like cartoons.
Let people have sex with whoever they want, you cowards. Jeez.
Speaking of, we have a super chat from Matt Ball that says Owl House has a canonically bi protagonist. There we go again.
Yes.
With a canonically lesbian love interest. And it's a Disney show.
Oh my god.
So the gays keep winning, he says.
Yes,
Or
they do.
say.
Yes, they
that
do.
fucking shocks me. That is a Disney show, considering they edited out the kiss in Star Wars.
Oh.
It's like, fuck's sake, mate.
Yeah.
I forgot that they did that actually. Yeah.
And a super chat from the Pools Abstract, which says, if you were a princess of power in She-Ra, what would your powers be?
Oh, well, I don't really know how Princess of Powers is work, so you'll have to explain that one.
Is the question like which princess would you be, or
Yeah.
like making up like a new princess that you would be? Because
Oh no, if you were
Not
a
too
Princess
sure.
of Power, what would your powers be?
okay, I understand the question now.
Do princesses of power have specific powers?
Yeah. So you've got Scorpia, which is like electric based,
Cool.
and I can't remember her name, Mer something, who is like but basically like the queen of Atlantis in a sense. So her powers are water based. What would I go for? Don't know. Hard question. I need to, I've never asked this.
You need to really think about these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something booze related. Like I can. Oh, can it be party related? Can it be happy related? Just produce
Yes.
happiness.
Oh.
Yeah. Just good vibes.
That's a good power to have for sure. We have another super chat from Christian Webb, which says, sorry, I've got to go. My parents have bought a new-ish second car, a Ford Fiesta, and Mum has asked if we can test drive it this evening.
Oh.
Please wish me luck. Good luck.
Be safe.
Nice.
Have fun.
Good luck.
Mermista is the name of the person you're trying to think of.
Mamista. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Glimmer is sparkly, and she can teleport, which is great.
Sweet.
Glimmer.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Glimmer,
making sure I
she's
didn't mishear
lovely.
that and it wasn't some turfy
no.
nonsense.
Yeah. I need to like find a new actual TV show to watch, so I might start She-Ra this weekend, perhaps.
Please do.
Because
Everybody should be watching She-Ra.
I follow the creator and her wife on Twitter, and they are fucking amazing. Like, they're so funny and great, and I'm like, I want to see the.
I want to scoop out the inside of your brain and see what's going on.
Basically, yeah. Basically.
We've got a super chat from Kieran Marshall. Speaking of, shout out to my canonically by best bud who turns 22 today. Also, Harley Quinn is amazing. Also,
Please, fucking hell, that'd be amazing.
yes. Oh my god, I 100%
Absolutely.
we're pitching that. That's so good.
I'm going to send an email as soon as we're finished. Get it done. But yeah. Should we do another quiz?
Yeah, let's do it.
Aoife, what quiz would you like to do? I think
Oof.
it's your turn.
I forget what they all were.
Do you want me to recap?
Yeah, go on.
Which Lantern Corps would you be in?
Wrath.
How much do you know about Superman? Which supervillain is in love with you? What's your Marvel life? Which MCU character are you? The Avengers membership application. Who is your Avenger/Marvel boyfriend? Can you go to Wonderland? And does Mike Wazowski approve of you?
I want. Which one is my boyfriend?
That one. Okay, cool. Okay, number 1. What type of guy do you like? Serious, romantic, cocky, sensitive, nerd, responsible, smart, passionate, family-oriented, adventurous, or sarcastic?
There
There are so many.
Jeez.
I mean, I think your partner would have multiple qualities from this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Adventurous is the only one I can remember right now.
Okay, cool. Adventurous. What traits you don't like to men? What traits don't you like in men, I think is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Arrogant, lack of humour, lack of self-control, annoying, lack of self-confidence, naive, selfish, lack of intelligence, unresponsible, trust issues, or unfaithful. I mean,
They're all pretty bad.
yeah.
Arrogance, though, because I think that's the one that means that they treat other people badly.
Yeah, of course. What physically attracts you to men? This is a very het quiz.
It is very heady, isn't it? Can we
Yeah.
switch it? Because I'm not into like this heady nonsense.
Do you want to do a different quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads
absolutely.
out, gone.
Yeah. Okay. Can you remember the names of the other ones? I don't want me to read them again. Okay. What Lantern Corps would you be in?
Okay.
How much do you know about Superman? Which supervillain is in love with you? What's your Marvel life? Which MCU character are you? Avengers membership application. Can you go to Wonderland, or does Mark Wazowski approve of you?
Which supervillain is in love with you?
Okay, cool. Number 1. Which of these traits best describe you? Bold, rational, intolerant, and strategic. Shy, imaginative, observant, and pessimistic. Outgoing, cheerful, kind, and sarcastic. Determined, practical, intelligent, and straightforward. That sounds like you. And caring, mature, compassionate, and smart.
So they're all in kind of like little groups?
Yeah, they're in like groups of 5 or 4.
Okay, the one that you said sounded like me.
Determined, practical, intelligent, and straightforward.
Sure.
That sounds quite a lot like you. You were captured by a villain. What do you do? I'll get scared and keep my mouth shut. I'll ask him what his problem is. There's 2 ways to interpret that. It's either
It's like, here, what the fuck? What's your issue, man? Sit you down
Yeah.
now and let's talk about this. Who do you
or
think
there's
you are?
like, there's like, what's up? Like, are you okay?
Explain yourself.
Yeah. I'll cry and shout for help. I'll freak out and kick his ass, or I'll fool him and run away.
I'll kick his ass.
Cool. We've also I just saw someone in chat say, Matt Ball says, noping out of a quiz before it's too het is peak Eurogamer energy. You sympathise with the villain. Why? He was treated unequally by his parents. I don't need to sympathise.
Because he's too attractive. Because they're
baddies.
attractive, probably. That's the only reason I ever sympathise with villains. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
they're cute. They have a point.
He's being forced to do evil things. He's been tortured both emotionally and physically and was never exposed to kindness.
Oh.
Or, I don't know, I'm generally a compassionate person, so I don't need the big reason.
They were tortured.
Yeah. That's like Homelander.
Yeah. Oh
He's
yeah.
still a dick, though. I mean, he's still
Homelander was the worst.
Yeah. What's your clothing style? Black jeans, black top and leather jackets. Pastel, loose sweater, grey skinny jeans and Converse. Bright crop top, jeans, skirt and high heels.
And whatever the first one was, but the leather jacket, maybe? Yeah.
Sweet. How long is your hair? Because this matters whether a villain is attracted to you or not. Above shoulder length, below the shoulders but above your waist. Shoulder length, below waist, or you got a boy cut.
Well, not quite below waist, but we're getting there. Below boob.
So below shoulders but above the waist. My hair length is under boob.
Yeah.
That's my hair length.
I can do a Godiva. There you go. That's
nice. That's what you want. What is your worst trait? Stubborn, ruthless, judgmental, naive, or jealous?
Stubborn.
Yeah, big mood. The worst thing is when you know you're being stubborn and you're like, but I physically can't stop myself from doing this.
Yeah, I know. Oh god, I know. Oh, that's such a mood. You're just like, I can see what I'm doing and I can't stop.
But your literal brain prevents you from saying I was wrong or something. God, I'm right and I know it. What is your best trait? Ambitious, trustworthy, imaginative, kind, or bold?
Ambitious. I am ambitious, but I don't think that's a necessarily good trait because it's quite self-serving. So, what's my best trait? He shrugged. He doesn't know.
Shrugged. Oh my god.
And then he just said my muscles because he's trying to be nice. Thanks.
Wow.
Bold.
Bold.
Yeah. Thank you.
Who's your favourite female supervillain?
Oh.
Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, which is the correct answer, Catwoman, Mystique, or Emma Frost?
Ooh.
Huh.
You are right in that out of all of them, Poison Ivy probably is the most righteous. But
Poison Ivy, the more and more she argues stuff, the more and more, especially now in 2020, I'm
you're
like, she's
yes,
not fucking right.
I agree. She's not a villain. This is fair.
She's doing the right thing for the planet.
Emma Frost is a badass, but let's go Catwoman.
Sweet. Emma Frost, is she the one with telekinesis?
Yeah, she was like leader of the whatchamacallthems, that like I want to say like the bicycle club. She's a boss ass bitch, and also like she just knows how to dress, and I can see that like game recognizes game, you know.
Sweet. Amazing. Who's your favorite superhero? These are all dudes, which is annoying. Superman,
Great.
Batman, Captain America, Iron Man, or Spider-Man?
God.
This is annoying.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, Spider-Man.
Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man.
Basic bitches. God.
I know.
Yeah, they're all dull.
Let's go.
I mean, if they said Miles Morales Spider-Man,
Right,
though,
yeah.
then like at least that's a bit better.
Let's go Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the working class hero. We're not going to go billionaires here, eat the rich, but like, you know.
Oh, Hellfire Club, people are saying.
Yes, Hellfire Club.
That's
thank
it.
you.
Yes.
Dean, out of interest, as a side, do you have a favourite superhero? Or what is your favourite superhero, I should say?
I don't know really, because it's like it changes all the time depending on like how the story arcs go for each one of them. So I think at the moment it's not really saying who my favorite superhero is, but what I'm looking forward to the most in the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's like Falcon finally taking on the Captain America mantle, because I genuinely think Falcon as Captain America is really, really great, and it's about time that they finally do it in like a TV film medium. So let's go with that for now. It might change tomorrow. Probably will change tomorrow.
Well, I expect an update tomorrow then about what it is.
Lloyd
Okay.
Maeve's done a super chat saying, this quiz is making me desperately want someone to create a canonically bi Northern Irish supervillain who yeets out when a situation gets too het.
Yes.
Yes. I volunteer as tribute to play them in the eventual movie. Also,
Absolutely.
Mortal Koala, I will take that compliment. Mortal Koala says Aoife is Moondragon, and I love Moondragon. Also canonically bisexual. And daughter of Drax. So there you go.
Oh, Drax the Destroyer.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Fun
Okay.
fact, in the comics, Drax is human. Or starts out as a
Oh.
human. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I did not know that. Is it? Okay, fine.
In the movies, they've made him into like an alien race, but in the comics, and it's been a while, so I'm probably getting it wrong, but he and his family were involved in a car crash, and
Right.
his wife was killed. He assumed his daughter was dead, and I think he went through like some sort of transformation, and that's how he ends up as Drax the Destroyer.
Okay. I have so many questions about having a daughter called Moondragon as well. It's fucking amazing.
She's badass. It's so cool. She's like, yeah, she's a telekinetic, and like she's all martial artsy as well. It's awesome.
Okay,
Nice.
who's your favorite supervillain?
Oof.
Loki, Magneto, Winter Soldier, the Joker, or Lex Luthor?
Most of those are really boring. I'm gonna go Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
What this
Loki,
quiz?
Loki.
Like disappointed.
Yeah. I know.
What surprise, the god of mischief fancies you? Loki's in love with you! He's deceptive, smart, but also very sensitive. He chose the evil path because he was treated unequally by his father because of his brave and charming brother Thor. He loved you because of your compassion and how you still managed to be a badass. He loves you with all his heart and wants to meet you someday. You're one of the people he actually cares about.
Don't know about any of that. Loki's got mad pan energy though, so I'll take it. That's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does indeed, absolutely.
Nice.
Nice, another quiz done and dusted.
Excellent.
Oh man. I mean, there's still plenty more, so if you want to do another quiz, that is absolutely an option.
EA122. Slade Wilson is Deathstroke. Wade Wilson is Deadpool. Therefore, Aoife Wilson is Death Heat. I will take it.
Yeah,
Incredible.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot. What's your favorite female supervillain then? Because those were all guys.
Ooh,
I mean, female or NB, but
it's tough. Changes all the time. I mean, if we're talking like MCU, you don't really have a lot of choice, but Hela is
no.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
she's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jeffrey Coleman is correct. Loki was a lady once as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, gender bending Loki was a thing for a while.
Nice.
Taylor Wright says, hey, did we ever find out how Zoe's cocktail turned out from the members video? I don't think her section had an end. You did taste it in the video, right?
Yeah, no, I tasted it in the video. I mean, did you stop drinking your Balverine's blood at the beginning? Did it knock you out from my bit?
Have you made it
No, I didn't
again
taste
since?
it.
That's the question.
No, because we used all the component parts of my Balverine's blood in other drinks. So no, I haven't, unfortunately.
EA122 is right. Lady Shiva is a really cool character. So she's like master assassin. Like she's honestly like one of the best like at killing people in the entire universe. And also I believe, and Dean, correct me if I'm wrong, but her daughter is Cassandra, who becomes Robin.
I'm struggling to remember who Lady Shiva is,
So
I'll be honest.
Lady Shiva and what's his face had a daughter, and like they were training her to become the ultimate assassin after them. So they didn't bother training her to speak because she was hold on, I need to sneeze. Shoo!
Bless you.
Bless you.
They were training her in the art of like non-verbal communication because they were like, well, you don't need to learn how to speak to people, you just need to learn how to kill them. So
Right.
hold on, I need to sneeze again. Uh-oh.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Uh-oh. Yeah, anyway, it was a really cool arc, and Lady Shiva is like evil, but also really cool.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Her daughter sounds like the female of the species from The Boys.
Oh. Oh
She's
yeah.
The woman they find in like the cage or whatever, who just kills
I'm gonna
everything.
need to read like a do you ever do that? Like I have such a terrible memory, but like I couldn't tell you, like I really enjoyed The Boys, but I couldn't tell you half the stuff that happens in it now. I'd need to refresh my memory.
Don't Google The Boys comics because you will spoil it for yourself.
Oh really?
I'm almost sure the TV's going to go in a different direction with some stuff, but the comics go there. So don't really think about the comics if you want to just enjoy the TV series as it is.
Okay.
Because I made that mistake, so you shouldn't make it as well.
See, the nice thing with like online streaming platforms now is that they like always have like a quick recap before you actually start the show itself. And The Boys thankfully has that. This is like, because I couldn't remember anything either until like this morning that I had the quick recap, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. I was like, and then jumped into shows like now I'm prepared. I know everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just terrible, like not even just TV shows and stuff, but like even with games, I'm just like I really enjoy something and then I go away and do something else and I've completely forgotten everything. Like I've just got a memory like a sieve, which is so irritating, especially doing what we do, because people are like, have you even played that? I'm like, yes, I promise I have. I just can't remember.
I'm the opposite. Like I'm pretty good at remembering TV shows and games and movies and stuff, but my real life, I have no idea. I forget things all the time that I'm supposed to be doing. Or like conversations I've had with people, like I'll be talking to them, they'll be like, we've already spoken about this like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember it.
Seb does that all the time. He tells me stories that I told him back to me, and I'm like, God, what?
Oh, God, he's plagiarizing you.
Yeah.
Like a Lightning says, favorite female villains include Dark Phoenix or Mosquito Electra.
Yes. Dark Phoenix is an excellent one, yeah.
Oh god, they
butchered
I
Dark
can't
Phoenix?
not once, twice they butchered Dark Phoenix. They've done it twice.
How do you get it so wrong? I mean, it's not that
Are you allowed
hard.
to say what happened with Dark Phoenix, or is that a spoiler?
Go on, Dean. You can probably say.
What with the film?
Yeah.
I can't even remember the latest film because it was that bad. I remember watching it coming out, and then like I think my brain like auto reset to a time before it, being like, your life was better here. You don't need those last 2 hours.
It's like Zoe said, you went back to your previous save.
Yeah, exactly, literally that. It was just a mess of a movie that just like it didn't feel like it was all together. Like I honestly, I'm struggling to remember it. I just remember instances like Dark Phoenix visiting Magneto on an island at one point, and then a train scene, and then some mansion scene. It's all very disjointed in my memory because like it just didn't make an impression other than being bad. So
Zoe, Jean Grey is like an Omega level mutant. Mm-hmm. So like she's super powerful without like any kind. She's just one of the top tier mutants, and then I can't remember how. Are they in space or what, Dean? But
yes,
so
so they were in space.
Yeah, she comes into contact with this celestial force called the Phoenix Force, and it kind of just latches on to her. Like it's like, well, you're powerful, I'm gonna have you. And so it gradually starts taking over her like consciousness and her body and her part, and it makes her she becomes fucking like basically a god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And eventually I think she has to sacrifice herself. It's been years since I read the actual comic, and obviously they've toyed with it and everything since, but it's a great arc. Super sad obviously, but like it's Phoenix, like I think they struggle with actually using Dark Phoenix because she's so powerful. Like there's very few things in the universe that can actually stop her. So yeah, which I think is like a problem with a lot of comic book stuff. They get to a certain level where it's like, well, what are you gonna throw at that? How are we gonna stop this? Because like it's literally the power of a god you've got going on. So. Yeah.
I read this thread about like the most powerful superheroes to exist in I think it was DC, and it was like the first few ones you're like, yeah, okay, there's some powerful, but then the problem is they keep one-upping it. They'll be like, oh, they're powerful, but this person is way more powerful. Oh my god, you thought they were powerful? And like it just keeps going, and it's like eventually as a creator you must get to a point when you're like, how the fuck do I make someone more powerful like Galactus or something.
It just becomes
Yeah.
very difficult from a narrative perspective. Like, look at Endgame. They had to get rid of Captain Marvel for a good chunk of that film because they were like, well, if she's there, then how are we going to like introduce any kind of conflict? Yeah. And I remember I said that at the end of which film was it that it's Infinity War 1 where Nick Fury drops the pager and you see Captain Marvel's symbol. I remember very distinctly turning to Seven being like, well, what the fuck, like, because she's literally one of the most powerful beings in the universe, so how are they gonna deal with that? But yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know, I've got no idea. It's I wasn't actually that fond of Captain Marvel. I don't think her characterization was as good as like Wonder Woman, but unfortunately that's one of the pitfalls about like female-led superheroes, is that you inevitably end up comparing them, and it's like sometimes that's not the point, which is a caveat I need to get out of, especially. But
yeah, well, yeah, totally. I think it's the problem with having any kind of minority representation where we are right now. So many people who are underserved need that character to be so many things that they can't possibly live up to all the expectation, which is why you need more representation, because then you can explore all the different nuances of who these people are. And it's like, like there's having like one single female superhero, or having like one like singular black superhero or anything. It's like, no, we need more diversity, more representation, and only then can we actually we don't have to put all the expectation on the shoulders of one person.
Speaking of, Dean, why are you excited for Falcon to become Captain America? Like, not like why are you excited, but like what about Falcon especially makes him a good Captain America, do you think?
Oh, I think, to be honest, it like nicely leads on from the conversation we're currently having, being that like it's like we're so used to like I'm probably gonna offend people, and like if so, really you're bad for being offended by this, but like we're so used to having this stereotypical white straight male be a superhero lead in anything, and so having Falcon, this black person, take on the mantle of Captain America, like one of the most iconic American heroes. I genuinely think Falcon better represents like
America
when you think of it. Yeah, exactly. Like he really is like a figure, or an iconic figure for the American people. And like, so to see him pick up the shield, like I instantly can be like, yeah, that is Captain America. Like from day one, this was Captain America. When he was introduced in Winter Soldier, I like immediately was like, I hope that down the line they just patch the shield onto him, because he deserves it. Like, because usually in the comic books it tends to go down to Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, who becomes the next Captain America. And I was really, really worried that was going to be the case with Endgame. But I loved that Bucky was like, I'm taking a step back. This is your time. I've had my life. Now it's time for someone else to take that mantle. And now we've got Falcon. And to be fair, we're getting it as a buddy cop series sort of thing, Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus. But like, awesome. Seeing Falcon grow into into Captain America is going to be really fun. And I just think because he perfectly embodies America, that's why I'm excited for him to be Captain America.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So right. I think this next era of Marvel films is going to be super interesting, because like they've done so much groundwork to lay the foundation of like all the different legacies that all these heroes have, and now they can explore the more just more interesting takes on them. It's not like, the all-American hero, and like there's shades of like so many different like interesting stories in there that the comic books have covered, I think, over the years. But now's the time to like introduce it to the like if you told me like, I don't know, 10 years ago that we were going to have entire films about Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, I would never have believed it. It's
I remember
really
when
cool.
I remember when Guardians of the Galaxy got announced, people were like, how the fuck are they going to do Rocket? Like, how is that going to do this? And then they did it, and you were like, oh, fuck, okay, this is great. Like, it really works.
Yeah.
If they put their whole metal behind it. What is coming up? Is it the Immortals with...
Eternals?
Eternals, thank you, the Eternals. Is that the one Keanu Reeves is in?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Selma Hayek is in one of them, I think. I'm gonna
Selma
get it
Hayek,
right.
that's the Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So
really
cool.
thought stuff.
Yeah. Jet Set Radio's brought up a good question, which is what are they going to do with Black Panther? I was absolutely distraught about Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
That was so out of nowhere. And it it was so sad to look back on all the wonderful videos that he's been in over the years, where he's clearly just such a kind soul, like all the interactions he's had with fans and everything, and it was obvious he knew how much that role meant to so many people. I just can't believe that he was battling with what he was that entire time.
He did like 3 movies as well when he was suffering from colon cancer. Like it's such like
physically
such
intensive
luminary,
roles
such a
as
light.
well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So sad.
Are they gonna have Shuri like take up?
I would love to see that.
Agnes role, I think.
The mantle, yeah.
Yeah.
That's I really hope that's what they decide to do, because I can't, like, 100% they should not recast T'Challa.
No.
Part of the cinematic universe, they should have that he's passed away, and then they need to build up from that. And Shuri, it makes sense for her to take up the mantle of Black Panther.
You could so tell that she would want to do that as well as a character.
Yeah.
Like she would absolutely thrive in that role.
Letitia Wright was so good as her
She
as
was
well. Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
she was funny. She was strong. She was obviously incredibly intelligent. She was like charismatic. She like when you saw Shuri and T'Challa together, you could tell they were brother and sister.
Yeah,
like, they
totally.
Yeah.
so good.
She was at EGX or something not that long ago.
Shut up. What?
She was
Really?
she was at the Nintendo stand.
Oh my god.
Seb will know. Seb saw her because he was working at the Nintendo stand not last year, maybe the year before. But yeah, she's into her games, like, which is really, really weird.
I had no idea. Holy
Yeah.
shit. That's incredible.
Okoye would be amazing as well. To see her grow into a bigger role. Like, she's so fucking cool. Like, the second she like snatches her wig off and just starts like, oh, it's like, yes.
Gets out her spear and stuff. Like,
So
absolutely
cool.
incredible. She's great.
Mhm.
The that fight scene with the female warriors against Killmonger at the end when they're like
the Dora Milaje, they're so
it, thank
fucking
you, yeah.
cool.
incredible.
Great.
I honestly think
Black Panther is one of my favorites.
It really is. It's so great.
The stuff it manages to establish so quickly is amazing. Like I read a very long thread about the costume designer for it, who I'm now going to Google, about how much they based the costumes in Black Panther on real life African cultural tribes and stuff. Was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I remember seeing a Twitter thread on that and just going through it, because like my family is like North African, so just going over everything there and just being like there's like taking bits from South Africa and then bits from like a few garments were taken from North Africa, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I shared it with my mum as well, and my mum absolutely loved it. It's really cool, and to see that in a Marvel movie and actually like just on the big screen visualized to like kind of like really spotlighting this culture was so good.
But it really shows as well, doesn't it? I think Black Panther has like that kind of level of textural detail that very few other Marvel films have. Even like from the costumes to the music to like just everything. It really feels like Wakanda is a real place with a real culture because of that, and that love really pays off in the long run, definitely.
Yeah, Ruth E. Carter is the name of the costume designer in Black Panther.
Amazing. Nice.
I'm going to try and find the thing on Twitter and put it in the chat.
Awesome.
It's fantastic.
Jet Set Radio says, I really wanted Suri over as the new Iron Man after watching Black Panther. She would definitely fill that role actually as well, wouldn't she?
Yes. Yeah, definitely, for sure. I hope that they do a live action version of Ironheart. Who's a young black woman in university who like she's mentored by Tony Stark, I think, right? And she becomes like, she doesn't become Iron Man, she becomes Ironheart, so like her own iteration.
That would be so cool. And there is a space for that right now as well, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, Iron Man has sadly left the MCU, so let's fill it with some more representation, and Ironheart is the next logical step for that.
I do like that they weren't afraid to sort of end that era very definitively and make room for a new era, because it's not like it's not like the comics haven't moved on and evolved and done different things, and like the world has moved on and done different things, and they could have very easily tread water with those same characters for a very long time. But the fact that they're willing to move it along, I'm super into.
The amount of them that got culled in Endgame was like
quite surprising, wasn't it? Yeah.
I didn't expect them to cull that many. I was like, oh, they're going to do either Captain America or Iron Man. They won't do both, but fuck it, they did both. Like, it was amazing.
The biggest tragedy of those films was Captain America's beard, though. Let's be honest.
Oh.
He looked great with a beard.
He
Why get rid of it? I was like, I get it, like this image of like being clean shaven and perfect for America, but you know what? Make him rugged and rough, because that's great. That's a great look.
Beard though, oh my god. And
don't forget Black Widow as well.
Yeah, you cannot tell me that Captain America's beard did not awaken a lot of guys to being like, come on, surely it did.
Chris Evans in general, right? Because you've got like Cap's beard, you've got that wool jumper and Knives Out. Like,
I was just gonna say. Have you seen Knives Out, Dean?
Knives Out, yes, yeah. I love good. Knives Out. I had to watch it because, like, as you know from our group chat that we're in, someone sadly, like, people were talking about films and they just dropped the ending to Knives Out, and then me and several others went in being like, I haven't seen it yet. And it's like when it's a murder, like whodunit kind of film, like
why
the whole
plot
is like, who gets arrested.
For goodness'
sake,
so
they weren't thinking at all.
No, it was like a very innocent kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry. I assumed everybody had seen it at this point. It was like, it's fine. But I watched it later that evening and I was like, even though I knew the ending, it was like the journey to get there was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it is really
and
good.
It was really nice to see Chris Evans like not be Mr. Perfect and just be this
he was a
douchebag brother.
Absolutely. I also loved seeing Daniel Craig in kind of like a buffoon role, like not an intentional buffoon, but like he's a himbo in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's so good to see like someone who's meant to be an authority be like absolutely schooled by a dramatic irony. I love it so much. It's great.
I absolutely desperately need to pee. I thought I would be able to hold it until the end of the stream, but I'm just gonna peace out for a second, and I will be back in a second. Okay.
Nice.
That is
nice.
That's hilarious because I also need to pee, so I'm gonna wait till Aoife gets back.
Me
I'm not
too.
gonna leave you. No. Can you imagine if I just left you, Dean? Like, okay, everyone for like.
All right, hello, Eurogamer. I'm ready to be a one-man show.
Oh god, yeah. There's so many movies I now want to watch thanks to our conversation, and TV shows actually that I now have on my list.
I love film and TV. It's like I know I work in the profession of the games industry, and I think that's the reason for why I focus more on film and TV, because like our everyday sort of thing is working in games. So you want to when you go home, I just want to do something different, and that something different tends to be sitting on a couch watching a film or a TV show. I love it.
What's been your favorite new thing that you've seen recently?
Are we going to talking as in like newly released or new to me that I've just watched?
Newly released. Let's go with that.
Newly released. Okay. I'm gonna go. I tell you what. I know it's getting a bit of mixed reviews, but I recently went and watched Christopher Nolan's latest film, Tenet.
Oh, how was that? What is that about anyway? Like.
So the best way to describe Tenet without spoiling it is like it's like a spy espionage film filled with time travel sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So it gets very timey-wimey, but it's like very much like a spy espionage sort of thing. And like it's not one of Nolan's best, without a doubt, but it's still a really good film. And the reason why I enjoyed it is because it's a film that makes you think. Is like when you come out of the cinema, you're reflecting on the whole film, trying to work out elements, being like, how did this happen? Okay, and now what about this scene? Did that, like, what was the workings of all that? And I really enjoy films that make you think. There was one scene as well towards the end where it was playing out, and throughout that whole thing, I was constantly trying to figure out how it was playing out, being like, hey, this is happening there, this is happening here. I need to, how does this connect? Okay, this
That's
is how
amazing.
it's all going. Yeah, I'm very much into like those thinky type of films.
I was going to say that's the fun of time travel stuff when it's done well, is you're like,
Yes.
okay, wait, I need to think about how this fits in together, because time travel is so interesting the way it manipulates narratives to like make you think you know what's happening, and yet like there's some stuff which you didn't see at all.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think one of the things that I think has done time travel the best is Quantum Break. Have you played Quantum Break?
No, that's with the guy that I killed in
the Man in Medan.
Yeah, I killed Conrad, and that's the same actor.
Yes, the same actor.
We're talking about How I Killed Conrad, Aoife.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that the one with Littlefinger in it as well? Quantum Break.
Yes, yeah,
really?
that's the
I didn't
one.
know Littlefinger
The
was in it.
Remedy
Shit.
games. Yeah. It's Quantum Break is so good because of how well it breaks down time travel. Like across a lot of forms of entertainment that has tackled time travel, Quantum Break has done it in the way that makes the most sense, if you get me. It's like when they went over the all time travel elements, and like it was like, oh, okay, I understand this based on our reality and the physics of like time now, and this seems coherent, and like I see how this all plays out up towards until like with every time travel thing towards the end where it kind of goes all
timey-wimey, wibbly
crazy.
wobbly. Yeah.
We had it with like Interstellar with the black hole moment where it just like completely, it was like science and physics and all this makes sense, and then black hole comes as like, all right, throw that out the window.
God.
Yeah.
We were talking about what like new thing Dean likes best, and you said Tenet, right?
Tenet, yeah.
Okay, I've heard mixed things about Tenet.
Yeah. I am now also going to go to the loo, so I'll be back in a bit.
So you've seen it. Was that your first trip to the cinema since
It was, yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was wild. So like going to the cinema since like lockdown and everything now, it was a strange experience because I was like so not used to it.
Yeah.
But like they've got social distancing measures in place, being like when you book with your group, there's seats free around you, like sort of like in a bit of a circle kind of way. And on top of that, you have to wear a mask when you're in the cinema. So you're wearing a mask for the entirety of the film. And I didn't think that didn't bother me whatsoever. This is what bothered me is that where I bought popcorn, and I didn't even buy like medium or large. I bought small popcorn because I knew it was going to be a bit of a difficulty. But even then, it was like, oh god, this is like a lot of work because you have to pull down your mask, eat your popcorn, put it back up, and then you're just not munching away. And I think because of like how things are right now, there was a moment where I was eating popcorn and then I started choking on popcorn, and so I was just coughing.
Oh no!
And because of the current climate, like one of the ladies like in a few seats in front of me, she like just immediately turned around. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm choking on popcorn. I swear it's nothing else.
Oh no!
And so like I just took it real slow for the rest of the film. Like a small popcorn lasted me until the end, which never happens.
Normally you do that just before the film even starts, just through the trailers.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was mind blowing that I managed to make this last for so long. But it was nice to be back in the big screen and watching a film, and like a film like Tenet, it's best seeing it on the big screen because it's very much a visual representation of time stuff.
I don't know a lot about it, but yeah, I've heard like kind of mixed things. But I would go and see it just because I'm like, I love the cinema. It's one of the things I really miss right now. I just love the whole ritual around going to the cinema more than I usually love the film itself. And yeah, I really want that back. Although Milan started streaming yesterday, didn't it, as well, on Disney Plus, because they can't have a cinema release of that now. I haven't seen it yet, but they're asking about like 30 quid on top of Disney Plus's subscription model to watch it.
To see Mulan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's pretty ludicrous.
They're trying to recoup their losses, aren't they? Because they can't release it in the
Yeah,
cinema.
it's like it makes sense for why they're doing it, but like it's
But people
I feel
aren't
like they're
gonna
gonna
do it.
struggle with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people just aren't
Jeez.
gonna go in for that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now with Zoe back, I'm also gonna go pop to the loo.
I'm sorry, I started a trend. Yeah,
Started it.
I
People
was
were
like-
saying that, like, seeing the word stream also makes it very hard to not be.
I was like, I'm sure I can make it to the end. This is fine. But then I was like, no, it's not gonna work.
No, absolutely not. It's just been one of those weeks where, like, I got through my strongbow so quickly. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, now, you know.
Oh,
next
tell
week-
me about it. I've got like a big bottle of water here, and Seb brought me another drink, so I'm just like, it needs to be a little bit.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I really miss the cinema more than I miss it, like seeing individual films, but I really love going to the cinema. And actually, we were looking into tickets to go to like a drive-in.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of going to a drive-in.
I love it. I've always wanted to do it. And then obviously because of social distancing, there's been a little resurgence in the UK, which I mean, I know a lot of places in America do drive-ins anyway, but it's not really a thing here. But a couple of places in London have been trialing it, and I really like the idea of doing it. So I might look into it again. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Me
Yeah.
too, actually. That sounds really good.
Sounds
It's just,
like
I
fun.
went out for dinner for the first time since February last week, and it was social distancing and everything. Like the restaurant was fantastic, but it was so good to like live out the semblance of a normal evening just for one
Yeah.
evening.
Isn't
It
it-
felt really strange but amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it strange how strange it feels? Like even just being away
Yeah.
from that for 6 months, and our entire worldview has changed.
Yeah, like I see TV shows now, and it's like got people in restaurants or drink from the same bottle, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like, you're
Yes.
not allowed.
Oh my god! We were watching something the other night, and I turned to Seb. I was like, my brain is broken because two characters went and gave each other a hug, and I immediately went in my head to, you shouldn't be doing that.
That's
I was
not
like,
okay.
It's
Who cares?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's so strange how quickly our brains rewrite stuff. But I'm gonna try and get out of the flat this weekend to actually like go to a countryside walk or something, just
Yes.
to try and get my brain into a thing of like you can go outside. you know,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of just going for walks outside. It's kind of amazing like how much it changes my mood being in going for walks in nature, you know, like it's kind of I feel my blood pressure dropping, and I get less stressed about things that stress me because there's that physical divide. It's really, really weird, and I think
It's
that
just like
yeah.
once you're out walking among trees and stuff, everything seems so much less important to me.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, but in the grand scale of things, like you don't really need to be worried about this.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
one
It's
thing.
like, well, it just gives you a bit more perspective that it doesn't really matter if you're like, you know, hitting XYZ target. It's like what real impact is it going to have in the long
Yeah.
run?
Completely.
Oh, we got deep there.
Yeah, well, it does. It's absolutely true. I think it's easy to like, especially now we're living in quite like a cynical age where it's easy to make fun of people for really enjoying things.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
one of my beefs is describing girls who like Starbucks and Uggs and stuff as basic.
Let
It's
people
just
fucking
like,
enjoy things.
exactly, like, can we just agree for 2020? Just let people enjoy stuff they
Yeah.
like, enjoying like spooky stuff in October and September, like getting ready for Christmas too early.
I know.
Like, let them fucking have it, for
I
God's sake.
fucking fully support everyone getting simple pleasures where they can. Like, don't shame other people into being happy for whatever tiny little thing makes them happy for 5 minutes. Like,
Like, if they can take it, like, let them fucking
yeah,
have it.
absolutely. You got to take those little wins where you can, and just you
Yeah.
drink your pumpkin spice latte. Absolutely.
Yeah, even though pumpkin spice is just cinnamon, like you enjoy your cinnamon latte, you go for it, girl.
Absolutely. No, I like I've had pumpkin spice. It's a bit too sweet for me, but like, no, absolutely, I get it, like 100%. And I am really excited for Halloween and for fall, for autumn though. Like, big fan of that. Although
Did you
summer
almost
feels
call
like
it fall?
I did a little bit, yeah. What happened there?
I'm just excited for cold. I want coldness to come back. I want it to be chilly. Like, I really am fed up with heat now, or
Are
just
you?
like even warmth. I'm really. The thing is, 70% of my wardrobe is knits and heavy stuff, and I can't wear any of that. So I just feel when I'm cold, I feel better. Like when I'm hot, I'm aware of every pore in my body being like overstimulated. But when I'm cold, I love just bundling up. So
Yeah.
I really can't wait for that.
It is nice to feel cozy. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, I was born for the sun, so when it comes to winter, that's like end days for me. It's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to crawl into a hole and hibernate.
Oh man, yeah, winter's where I thrive. I love winter. Favorite month.
I like autumn wardrobes are where I'm happiest. I enjoy the summer. I'm not really built for it, and I don't like the cold and the wet of winter. So I'm just like, here is my happy place. Let's stay here where I can wear leather jackets, please.
Where it's nice when everything's amber and yellow and orange. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've got 5 minutes left. Do you reckon we should let Dean do one more quiz before we finish up?
I will say that my battery pack is flashing, so let's hope that I can make it through the quiz.
Send me your microphone. Oh, I was gonna say
my microphone is flashing. Yeah, so if I suddenly cut off,
okay,
I'll still be able to hear you. Just tell me that you can't hear me.
Okay.
Okay, Dean. Quizzes you can do. Which Lantern Corps would you be in? How much do you know about Superman? What's your Marvel life? Which MCU character are you? The Avengers membership application. Can you go to Wonderland, or does Mike Wazowski approve?
Oh, I mean, we've got to end on does Mike Wazowski approve of things?
Yes.
No brainer.
Number 1 says, hello and welcome to the extremely important quiz. What can I start you off with? I'll have a number 2 with large fries and soda. Can I leave, or I sit quietly at the back of the room, crumpling up paper and shoveling it into my mouth?
Zoe, where do you get these quizzes from?
They're so weird. I love them.
What was the number 2 one again?
Can I leave?
And the first one. What was the first one?
I'll have a number 2 with large fries and a soda.
I mean, I'm hungry. Large fries and soda, please.
Interesting choice. You best hope Mike would like that. That's the quiz, not me talking. What is your favourite type of food? Stuff that's on the floor, sushi, or burger and fries?
Stuff that's on the floor.
I mean, I'm on a real sushi high recently. As tempting as stuff on the floor is, I'm going to go with sushi.
Sushi is great. Sushi is really good. That's me saying it as Zoe, not number 3. Okay, pick one. Green, purple, or yellow?
Purple.
Purple. Okay, yeah. What would you do if you saw Mike Wazowski in public? I'd scream and run away. I'd try and eat his arm. I'd be normal and say hi or nothing.
Try and eat his arm. I'm gonna pick that one because it's so ludicrous.
Oh god. Oh my god. How do you think Mike Wazowski cries? Does he have one tear duct in the middle of his giant eye? Or does he have one either side of his eye? So does he cry in 2 streams or one?
One big giant drop.
Yeah, it's got to be one giant drop.
Side of his eye. One giant drop.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Oh god, there's a picture of him with 2 eyes. Oh, I hate that.
No.
That's interesting. Would you want to be friends with him? No, yes, or I want to cry.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
It's Mike Wazowski.
Hang on, wait, I can go back. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I know, it's fine.
While you do that, I'm just going to do a super chat real quick. Good Luck or a Quick Death says, thank you all for helping us get through this crazy time, even as you deal with it yourselves. Have a round on me, and maybe a mooncake if you manage to find one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I should also point out, if you've noticed it, in the top right-hand corner of the stream, you can see the other side, Zoe. There you go. Technical difficulties, which is our newest pin. Now, no pressure at all. If you would like to check it out, if you would like the pin to get one of those pins for yourself, I'm putting the link in chat right now. But obviously, do what's right for you. No pressure. Just you being here and supporting the channel is more than enough for us. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Second to last question, maybe. Do you like Mike Wazowski's job? I didn't know his job. yeah, he makes good energy. I love him so much. Moi moi. Or yeah, he's okay at it.
The middle answer, yeah, he's good at it. I do like his energy. He pumps you up, ready for a heavy day of work.
Okay, the next one is simply the word fate, and then fate, or fate. You can choose from.
Oh my gosh.
They all look exactly the same.
Huh. Let's go number 3.
Number 3. Oh, he does. He likes you.
Yay!
Your life has led up to this moment. Hang on a second. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and put it in our Discord so you guys can see it. This is quite the look. There we go. This is him with 2 eyes. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Don't like that.
No.
Don't like that at all.
That's
thank you.
terrifying.
Yeah, that is not fun.
He
Amazing.
likes me.
I mean,
does
is it
like
any
you.
surprise? Is it any
I
surprise?
know. You're so delightful,
Yeah.
Dean.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us today, Dean.
Thank you.
Where can
Thank you for
people
having me.
find
It's been a
you
blast.
if they would like to see more of wonderful Dean Abdou?
You can find me, doing my usual Twitter things on Twitter, which is @thedeanabdou. Scattered about all the Reed Pop websites, which is Eurogamer, VG247, RPS, wherever. You'll randomly see my face pop up on one of those pages. And then, as a side hustle, I Twitch stream every now and then, which
Yay!
is @theSuperArab on Twitch.
Nice.
Thank you,
Yes.
Dean.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And thank you to all of our chatters and mods, obviously, for being wonderful. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys spending your Friday night with us.
Indeed.
And that is the end of another week. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we did it. We made it.
did it, guys. Zoe, what have we got coming up on the channel tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow we have a video about season 2 of Fall Guys, which is gonna be good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys check out that if you are that way inclined. We do appreciate it. And thank you once again to the wonderful Dean Abdou for joining us this evening. Thank you guys for being here with us, and we will see you again very, very soon. Bye.